been good. You'll see that we have two laptops running at the same time. The reason being that we have the plan for the podcast and also the cricket, because these two are cricket obsessed. What are we currently watching?
It is the third test between England and India.
Live.
But what I thought is... I do like Sky Sports coverage, love the Sky Sports coverage, but also I like to dip into other coverages as well. So I'm actually using NordVPN to watch this because I wanted to get different coverage.
That's so sick.
I know. So I've jumped into somewhere else. Like, it's great. You can use it all the time if you're traveling a lot. Like, I always use it when I'm moving around to watch the sport because I don't want to miss it, as I don't want to miss a single ball as we're literally recording a podcast right now. But yeah, no, NordVPN, honestly, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend it to everyone. It's the fastest VPN in the world. That's quite a lot.
There's
a lot of VPNs out there.
Think of all the other ones. None of them are faster than it.
Yeah.
Or safer.
That's also very true.
And it's also extremely cheap.
Yeah.
Because you're basically doing all of this stuff. I'm going to use it when I go to Portugal.
Nice.
I'm going to be watching so much stuff.
Make sure you book your flights when you do it because you can get it cheaper.
I already did.
There you go.
Yes. Yes, NordVPN. Basically, NordVPN, their job is to keep you safe and to give you access to all the stuff that you want access to while you're traveling. So, like Jacob said, you can use it to do all of those things seamlessly and cheaply.
And fun for all the family because one account for 10 devices.
Yes, Sam. Sounds on the podcast.
You'd have to have... If there's more than 10 people in your family and you're on holiday, then...
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
That's a bit much.
Yeah, that's too much.
Don't go on holiday with more than 10 people.
That's mad. But to get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, go to nordvpn.com/roughcut. And that link will give you 4 additional months when you buy a 2-year plan. Jacob, how many months are in 2 years?
Oh, don't get me to do this again. 24.
How many months is 4 more months than that?
28.
28 months.
This guy has mathed it. And there is a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you don't need to worry. Try it out. I know you're not going to need the money-back guarantee because you're going to love it. Give it a go. If you don't follow that link, which is nordvpn.com/roughcut, it's in the description. Click on it. Do all the stuff you need to do. We're using it right now. You should be too. Let's start the show.
Sometimes golf is a pain in the butt. You hit your ball in the trees and then you lip out the putt. But if you've got a little time, then come and spend it with us. 'Cause now you're listening to the Rough Cut.
Hello, and welcome down to the 130. It's my hellos, okay?
This guy interrupted you.
It's 3 hellos, Sam. I know you're not here often, okay, but it's 3, not 4.
All right. God.
If you hadn't noticed already, Sam is joining us today. I'm also here, and that looks quite out. Okay, maybe not. We're watching the cricket, if you hadn't heard already. Thank you for coming down and listening to the Rough Cut Golf podcast, in which is one of my favourite episodes because it casts me back to calling the Open winner about 2 years ago.
One of the highlights of your life.
One of Jacob's big claims.
I can't
do much more than predict the future, can I?
Well, and I'm going to try and do that again.
Yes, so hold on until kind of like 25-30 minutes into the podcast. Well, Jacob will go on a statistical rant that will lead to the man who is going to win the Open Championship this year at Royal Portrush. Like Jacob said, Sam is here with us. I'm Michael, and that's Jacoby right there. Coming off of one of my favourite weeks of the year, leading into the best week of the year, we have just watched the Scottish Open at Renaissance Club.
Yes.
Chris Gotterup from the US of America was the winner. He won by 2 shots, beating some guy from Northern Ireland who I can't really remember his name. Do you remember who it was?
I don't know that.
Rory
McIlroy.
He didn't like the greens, I know that.
No, he did not like the greens. We'll get to that in just one second. Chris Gotterup won $1.57 million.
Wow.
That's not enough.
And more importantly than that, his win got him into the Open. He wasn't in until he won the Scottish.
Okay. I mean,
so congratulations.
If there was any more incentive for that to be an incredible week for him, he's won a lot of money. He's playing in one of the best majors, or maybe the best major. And he saw off Rory McIlroy on the final day on a Sunday, which not many people can claim that they can do.
Yeah.
Did you, just to completely disregard like the result, but as a whole, did you enjoy watching it? I know you love it.
Oh, yeah. I love the Scottish Open, and I particularly love Renaissance Club because it holds a special place in my heart because we filmed a Record Breakers there, and we watched Peter Finch and Matty Fry chop it round and work out how difficult that golf course really is. So when you're watching, we talk about this quite often, when you're watching a tournament at a golf course that you've been to, it does make a massive difference because you kind of understand what it's actually like. You can't really see on TV. I know they try their best, but you can't see the slopes in the greens. You can't see the elevation. You don't normally get all of the views that you would get filming the video. So it holds a special place in my heart because we have some history with it. And that played out beautifully for this long list of European players right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of the things that we do sort of see and expect when we come to finally playing links golf, which always comes sort of towards the end of the season in most people's minds as the final major is sort of starting to wrap up. But, you know, we saw the likes of Victor Hovland, Nicolai Højgaard, who got a place in the Open through this event as well.
Excellent. Well done, one of the brothers.
And another European in Matti Schmid, the German, also got a place. But as a whole, the Europeans and especially the English Great British players tend to kind of come into their own as they grew up on this, usually on this kind of golf course. So I'm really excited for this week. I'm fed up of watching all the Americans, apart from Rory, win the majors. So I'm looking forward to seeing a European lift it this week.
Yeah. So do you... Wait, hold on. Are you giving away that your prediction
maybe not.
is a European player?
I don't know. Maybe.
This is all feeling.
He's
not talking stats.
Just vibe.
Yet. He's not stats Jacob yet. He's feeling Jacob.
Your emotional Jacob.
This is heart. This is heart. This isn't head
This
yet.
is all heart. So we had good performances from Bob McIntyre. Victor Hovland kind of played the way that we would expect him to be playing this year, having come off a little bit of a weird coachy, switchy season. Nicolai Højgaard. Rasmus played also... Not Rasmus. Rasmus played, I think, a practice round with Shane Lowry, but we're going to get to that later in the podcast, even though we have already had that conversation in real life.
Backwards.
Time is an illusion. Matt Fitzpatrick had a bloody good week.
He did, yeah. And I think he definitely also falls under the Victor Hovland mold of player that we expect to see more things from. And especially after winning a major a few years ago, you'd think there'd be that kick on. But then he's had such a big year of change. You know, Billy Foster's now not on the bag. He's not performed as well as he would have liked. And again, I think this is an example of a player who trends and matches up really well with links golf, and he finally got on a bit of a surface that he likes, and he found a little bit of form, which is great to see because, you know, this is a Ryder Cup year. We have to remember, like, it's not that far away, and he's definitely someone who, if he has a strong final few months, could get a final, you know, captain's pick, because that's really the only way he's going to do it, unless he goes on and wins this coming week.
Which, he could very well do. However, I'm putting if I had some money to gamble, I won't be gambling. But if I was going to gamble, I would be putting my money on a certain Justin Rose this week coming into the Open, because he also had a good showing at the Renaissance Club. Oberg was someone who I didn't expect to be playing the level he is, having heard some rumors of him being injured this year and maybe obviously not playing up to the standard that we would expect of him. Another person who we're thinking is going to be playing at the Ryder Cup. He had a great week. Sepp Straka had a great week. Does Marco Pench hit the ball the furthest in the world?
On links turf, it helps.
He hit it. I think there was a drive that was like 383 yards into wind.
Yeah, that sounds about right. What's the problem?
That's what Jacob does.
Yeah. He took some off it. Yeah.
How many clubs is that for you? What are you hitting?
I mean, I'm hitting a driver and a. How have I hit it perfect?
Into wind.
Yeah.
It's
probably driver 7-iron.
I was going to say 7-iron as a joke.
383 yards.
Well, if it's into wind,
you're hitting driver 250, 260.
No,
longer.
No, less than that.
Less than that?
Yeah, like 230 into wind.
Hit your driver 230.
Yeah, into wind.
I hear you, but surely you hit your driver further than that.
Yes, when it's downwind or no wind. But
Right.
you said into wind.
Okay.
This is the problem with amateur golfers. They think they hit it further than they actually do. And I'm a realist.
Okay.
And I'm just saying.
And you hold out for eagle the other day.
Yeah, but I don't like to talk about it.
Yes, you do.
You really
All right, I'll
do.
talk about it.
All right, I'll tell you.
We're going way off topic here, but that's fine. Yeah, I hold out for eagle, which I think is the first time I've actually made an eagle and also done anything of holding out of any sort. I
That
don't
can't
even
be
from
the
like...
first time you've made an eagle.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't think I've made a one before because I don't hit it that far, so I don't really usually get to par fives and two. So, yeah.
You've never chipped in before?
I not from memory. I mean, maybe, but... Oh, no, I have.
Have I not played with you where you've chipped in before?
I have chipped in before. I chipped in... where did I chip in?
But
I
then,
chipped in at the castle course, I think.
I think you might have done as well.
Yeah, the castle course. No, but this was a little bit different because
It was
that was from
100
about... Yeah, this was 184 yards away.
Yeah.
As everyone always says, you know, the best way to play a short par 4 is duff/top your hybrid off the tee. Lay it up to the distance you
This
actually...
guy knows about topping a hybrid off the tee.
lay it up to the
Expert.
distance that you actually want to hit it.
Yeah.
So is what I did,
Yeah.
and then hit the club perfectly. Little fade into wind, 2 bounce in, which I didn't actually see it go in, which is really annoying because there's a tee box at Ringway. It was the 4th hole, and there's a tee box over the other side of that green.
Yeah.
And he saw it go in. And he came sort of rushing over, like, did you see that? Did you see that? So we were obviously like, no, and said it'd gone in. So I didn't get the, like... Basically what that did is it stopped me looking around the back of the green for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then someone jokingly going, have you checked
checked
the
the
hole?
hole? Yeah.
And actually going up to the hole and it going in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was nice to hear that it had gone in. So I was like, okay, that's fine.
So just to clarify for us, it's a par 4
Yes.
and you hit hybrid.
Yes. Same hybrid. 4 hybrid. And it went in.
You're fun, aren't you?
So, you know, that's how I'm going to play the hole from now on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know I've hit my hybrid perfectly this time. I do have to hit hybrid again now.
Taking a lob wedge off the tee.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, I was going to keep topping it, but that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just chip it down there, and then here we go.
Playing the hole backwards. Putter.
Love wedge. Put it in.
Lord. Yeah. So some success on the golf course for Jacob, and we're hoping it translates to success for Jacob's pick, which is coming up. Let's just talk very briefly about Rory. We are also going to ask this question to Peter Finch in a minute. He came second at the Scottish Open. Is finishing second, coming into a major, the kind of perfect preparation for Rory?
I think so. I think this is absolutely bang on what he needed. I think the way he's been playing, you know, post Masters, no one's really been that impressed with the way he's gone. He's had a couple of decent performances, but nothing crazy. I hate the narrative of winning and then going and winning back to back again. I just don't see that being a possibility. So I actually quite enjoyed the fact that he finished second, which is a really weird thing to say. And that's only just a feel thing. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that's something that is going to happen. But I just think that he's kind of now finished second, played some really good golf, obviously, had some issues with the greens, which I'm sure we'll get onto, and still finished second. And yet he's now going into the Open probably slightly more hungry. He's just come off finishing second and now going and playing in his home country. If there was any more incentive, this is the incentive that it would have needed.
Yeah, I think the trope of going back-to-back weeks and trying to win is, you know, there's not many people who can do it. I mean, have we seen anyone do it this year? Scheffler was obviously like... Did he win? He won the one in Texas and then went and won the PGA, I think, potentially.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it's definitely possible. But for Rory, I think not winning was probably beneficial for him because he got really close. He played a similar-ish style of golf course, albeit slightly less undulating than Royal Portrush. Kind of got some of that feel back for the links turf. You saw him hitting lots of like cutty, hold off shots on the range and stuff. So it's definitely in his wheelhouse to go and win it this week. The greens at Royal Portrush, Peter Finch was saying, are slower than the normal PGA Tour greens. So it's nice that Rory kind of was rolling in some putts and, getting putts close from long distance. He wasn't too happy with the greens though.
No. I'm not going to say it because that means it gives you extra work that you need to bleep it. But essentially, he just said the greens are...
Beep.
There you go.
Yes. I can't even remember what hole it was on, but someone caught it on their phone of him missing a putt. Clearly, it was the green's fault and not his. And then exclaiming that the greens were the S word. Mm-hmm. Do they have a right to complain, or are they just whingy millionaires?
Yes and no, I think. Because I'm only going off this from the knowledge that Pete told me about 15 minutes ago, which we're going to be getting onto in a minute. So I don't want to quite ruin that yet. But from what he was saying, there were suggestions that the general sense was that they weren't great last week. So if it was sort of a one-off individual, he's missed the putt, he's irritated himself, he's taking it out on the greens instead of himself, I could understand it a little bit more of like, just get on with it. But I'm sure, as you say, the reason, say, why Pete isn't here with us today, if we hadn't mentioned, is that he's actually at Royal Portrush right now. He's doing all of his live at the range coverage with the RNA, and it's on Sky Sports. So make sure you check in on that, and we're going to check in with him later as well, on the ground, boots on the ground.
I don't imagine he's wearing boots.
It's just what they say, isn't it?
Golf boots.
Boots on the ground.
Golf boots. And if you want to buy golf boots, check out
Joy.
Do they sell a boot?
Yeah.
Yeah, they must
they've
do
got
like a
boot.
high top job, huh?
Yeah.
If you want some boots, check out Boots.
Boots.
Right, we're going to go to a short ad break, and then we're going to come back and try and find Peter Finch on the range somewhere. But before we do that, if you are at Royal Portrush and you see Pete, go and say hi, because he's out there all alone and none of us are with him. And he's, like trying his very best not to fangirl over all of the incredibly talented golfers who are going to be there. So yeah, go and say hi. I'm sure he would love to speak to you. Let's go for a short break and then we'll see if we can track him down, shall we? So, welcome back. As you might be able to hear in the background, Peter Finch is joining us live from the range at the Open. Hello, Peter. How are you?
Hello, Peter.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm absolutely wonderful. How are you?
We are doing great. It is boiling in the studio. We waited till the very last second to turn off the fan, the aircon unit, and now we are all dripping with sweat in this very hot room. How's your weather? Your weather looks unbelievably good.
Oh.
Speaking of rays of sunshine.
For anybody listening to the podcast, everyone's really excited because Matt Fryer has just walked on the screen, and that never normally happens.
My God, he looks handsome as well. He's really lined up that beard.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a joy to be podcasting with the greatest golf podcast in the world.
Being recorded right now
at
at the back of the range. Yeah.
Good Lord.
I'm kind of scared to go any closer to anyone, so I'm just like hanging out back here. Plus, this is the only place that isn't windy. It's blowing it's not a hoolie, but it's Portrush in it, so it's always blowing like 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, the weather report looks mixed, would you say?
So if you can actually see, literally the range is rammed because everyone's been off the course for about 2 hours.
Yeah, best part now, yeah.
About 2 hours while a thunderstorm passed through.
Wow.
So I think that's the worst that we're going to get, though, this week now.
Yeah.
It looks like it's still going to be a little bit drizzly tomorrow.
Fry's like a weird optimist nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very strange.
Yeah, I think that was the worst, but it's not going to be a brown and crispy Open. I don't think it's going to be a little bit green.
Have you been out on the course yet?
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, it looks awesome. Like, seriously good.
Didsbury awesome, or
Maybe he's just peaked just slightly above Royal Didsbury.
flake stuff.
Royal Didsbury. I like that.
I've heard that. Then that name is coming next year. So
I like Royal Didsbury. That's very cool.
It looks insanely good.
Yeah, it looks fine.
You played it the other week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Very undulating.
Yeah, we'd released a video, but it's all subject. So
Yeah, just to let the viewers and or listeners know, we did record Peter playing at Royal Portrush, and we would really like to put the video out, but There are some
Well, let's-
circumstances
let's-
preventing it from happening currently.
Let's not go into it because we might still. Oh yeah, you never know.
Yeah, we'll see. It may be out by the time the podcast is out, so we don't really know. So, Peter, the first question we have for you and for everyone here. Also, Jacob is currently still working out who's going to win the Open, so that's why Jacob looks like he's on his laptop.
I thought I'd give everyone a more immersive experience and watch me do it in the process of it. I honestly have been sat trying for the last hour and a half to split people, and it's really hard this year, which is also maybe a setup for the fact that I think there's a lot of people that can win it this year.
Yeah. Going to be a close one, you reckon?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think so.
So, Peter, the first question then is to ask you about Rory finishing second at the Scottish Open. And do you think that him finishing second is actually a good thing for his hopes at Royal Portrush?
It was the best thing that could have happened for him.
A bounce in his step, didn't he?
Yeah, he played well. You know, the greens didn't look great at Renaissance. Yeah, they did look a little bit bobbly. I think from what people have been saying here on the ground at the Open, they weren't great either. So I think considering what he's been like since the Masters, it was such a big step in the right direction. The biggest thing with Rory, as always, is if he can control his emotions and actually play the golf that he's capable of and not get swept away on the magical carpet ride, which is Royal Portrush and home crowd. So I think he's obviously got an amazing chance. It's just if he gets off that first tee without hitting it out of bounds is step one.
Wow. Yeah, those memories come flooding back as they read his name out on day one.
Yeah, I mean they will do. Like they will do. Like imagine how much emotion was invested on that tee shot back in 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Just think about how
Matt
much
Fryer in the background. Matt Fryer's voice just.
my researcher in the background. Just imagine like how much emotional energy would have been into that tee shot. Imagine like how the pride that he was feeling, and then all of a sudden to turn into utter horror, hitting an iron out of bounds. He will remember, of course he will. Like he's only human. That first tee, you never know. But if he hits it out of bounds again, then we're gonna have another missed call. So
yeah, did you see that he was the first person out this morning for a practice round?
Yeah, he was here early. To be fair, Shane was. I don't know if they went out together, but Shane was here when we got here. So that was like what 7 something.
I think Shane went out with one of the Højgaard twins.
But which one? Because that's disrespectful if you don't know. Like you can't just group them together. I know they're twins, but come on, they're individuals.
I'm going to go Rasmus.
No, it was definitely
Nick. 100%.
50%.
I have no idea.
It's 50%.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I was the third one.
No, I know Nikolai qualified.
James
Højgaard.
He sounds like a DP World Tour player, 100%. Now, Peter, speaking of Shane Lowry, do we think that it is possible for someone of his current season form to go and win it again at Portrush, to go and do the thing a second time?
Do the thing. He's been playing really well. He's had a very consistent year. He's just not got the win, and like he's starting to get into Tommy Fleetwood territory of like, will he ever get over the line again in these big events, either major or PJ Tour? And I'm not sure. There are so many people playing really good golf at the moment. I don't think we'll see a repeat of like a 6-shot victory. I mean, if there was ever a point where the good memories are going to start flooding back, then this would be the place.
Yeah, so he's not only got good memories of the golf course, but as you drive into the town, there's a giant, great big mural of him holding the trophy.
See his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think of the mural? Good. I don't think it's amazing.
As in, you don't feel like it's lifelike?
I think you can tell it's him, but I reckon about 3/4 there was something not quite right to bodge the eyes of it.
Wow.
Is that not the beauty of art, though?
The eyes are always hard.
Creativity standpoint, like it's not a like for like; it's an artistic impression.
Yeah,
but it wasn't a Pollock, was it? It's a likeness. It wasn't Picasso. It wasn't Picasso up there.
There's no melting
cubism.
There's no melting clocks in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, how would you feel having a mural of yourself on a wall?
It depends what the mural's about.
Imagine in Preston, it's just you.
I'm sure there's lots of Pete on murals of in Preston.
I mean, in Preston, I might actually have a mural just for the one guy who got out. So,
Freddie Flint.
like, I send back packages every now and again.
I was thinking more of a like Pete was here kind of vibe.
Yeah. With your phone number in a toilet stall somewhere.
My graffiti.
Call for a good time.
Struggling with your takeaway?
More for you.
Want to hit the ball further?
We didn't have phones, did we?
No, they didn't have phones.
You're addressed then.
1860s.
Yeah, they're to send a carrier
Yeah, so
pigeon.
we actually wrote down whole addresses in the toilets in Preston.
Wow. So, Peter, one of the things that's happening for the first time, I believe, at an Open Championship is that the broadcast is going to involve something called the Spider Cam, which I thought was going to be a very small camera that scuttled along the greens,
Floor view.
giving us a kind of bull's eye view. Write that down. That's a great name it's a great name for a pop band. Have you been over to see the Spider Cam on 18, and can you explain what the heck it is?
Yeah, it's just the same. It's
Like
the same
football.
tech that they use at like football matches. So it's a pylon on each core. Well, I think on a football stadium it might be 6 wires, but there's 4 wires here, stretched from pylons around the 18th grandstand, and it's just going to be effectively a silent drone which is whipping around the top of the stand. It does look cool. It kind of looks like a bit of a lightning conductor. So I survived the last 2 hours.
Do you think that the Spider Cam is going to be a problem for people flighting the ball into the green? Is it high enough?
I mean, it depends who's operating it.
Oh.
Like if there's someone who's from like a football background operating it, and what's the furthest they can kick it up into the air there? What, 20, 30 meters or something?
I don't know.
Like, just imagine the leader coming down the last hole.
Oh, God.
And just hits a wedge right at the centre, looking for that 2-putt. It just pings off the Spider.
I think you'd have to play it again, right? It's like when you play over electrical wires.
I was going to say we're right back to Didsbury again. If
We
you
are.
hit the telephone
Yeah,
pole,
well,
on
back
the, you have to retake your shot.
we are back. I think I think you just play it. I think you just keep going.
Okay.
Okay. It's part of the course now.
It's not.
Natural obstacle.
No, you'd get like a Tour Pro relief because it's a man-made object.
Yeah, they get relief from everything, so they might as well get relief from
If you
that.
can see it, you get to move away from it.
Yeah, cheaters. Pete is going to be on the ground at the Open all week. So if you are in Portrush and happen to be lucky enough to have tickets into the golf course, or you're just around town on a non-golf course viable time, does that make sense?
Maybe.
And you see Peter Finch, ask him about his haircut because he had his haircut, and then ask him about the most expensive Chinese he's ever bought.
No, actually, no one comes say hello to me. I'm way too busy and important this week.
Oh, God, that's sad. You're not even playing in the thing.
I've got to be honest, it's been pretty intense so far.
Your schedule's looking pretty packed.
Beef
Oh yeah,
up.
no, like the schedule is intense. Like, I know we've got like a lot of people who watch the videos in Ireland, and I think I might just met all of them.
Happens every time we go to Ireland.
Oh,
come out in droves.
it's absolutely class. So yeah, if you are around, you see me, don't be scared to say hello. I will be more than happy to stop for a chat and a pic.
Yeah, as long as you're not live on TV at that point.
No, I got the. This did happen like once before, but it's going to happen more and more. So at the side of the range, there you can kind of like see here, you got the grandstand here, and around this little section is where a lot of people gather and they're. So it's already happened today where a kid was like, "Oh, P, come over, can you sign my flag?" So I signed the flag, but then I had to sign everyone else's.
You're opening yourself up. So
You don't watch the video, and you can tell them like asking the dad like, "Who's that? Who's that?" And the dad like, "I don't know, but just get him to sign it just in case."
Ah, damn it!
So they think you're a tour pro. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically. Yeah,
You've got that Tour Pro aura.
I can not through-putt from 4 foot.
Who have you seen on the range who is really, really struggling and really grinding it? They showed a lot of Matsuyama this morning, and he looked like he was not only trying to stretch a lot, but was also putting new clubs in the bag.
Well, in all fairness, like Hideki always looks like he's struggling to my eye, but I think I've said this before, and I honestly mean it. I'm not taking the mick. Where you'd probably say like Scotty Scheffler looks like the least impressive player on a driving range ever.
Wow,
It's that grip.
I honestly, I don't know how he transfers from kind of hitting it like he does here to like playing literally the best golf on the planet.
You interviewed a man from Estonia who qualified for the Open.
Yeah, so Richard Tred, I think it's Treder, I want to say how it's pronounced, but the lad who holed out for Eagle at West Lancs to get through. So I've been having a chat to him, which was cool. He's so excited.
As expected.
Yeah, you can understand. A 20-year-old
why.
gets through to the Open on the third playoff hole.
We'll have to hole it
Yeah.
out.
Honestly, like
Be pretty excited as well.
we've talked to a lot of people so far. I had a good chat to Darren Clark.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I was really annoyed because I was building up to ask him about his
I was going to
aftershave.
say,
and then he stopped me.
we were saying that in the office. You've got to ask him about the aftershave. Why is it not in the shop anymore?
I was slowly building up to ask him, and then I didn't want to spoil the mood. So
Oh, boo.
And also, if you're going to ask him that question, you need to make sure your camera is rolling because we need that answer. We need the information.
yeah, so I think you can like just go back on the YouTube channel live on the range, and then just pull off anything you want. So
Yeah, we'll go and track it down. We'll find whatever we need to find. Is there someone who you're hoping to talk to who you haven't had a chance to talk to yet?
I mean, probably Rory.
Yeah, you got Rory last year.
Yeah, you got Rory last year.
We want a repeat of Rory this year?
Not a chat to Rory, not a chat to like Brooks is here at the moment. I don't think I've ever actually spoken to Brooks before.
Has anyone?
I've got loads. Like literally every single one of the best golfers in the world is on this range right now, and they are standing like unusually close together.
Yeah, it does seem like it's a little tight. It looks like smaller than a normal
See,
Tour Pro range.
This is very, very tight. Yeah, it's cool. Very, very good vibes though. Like it's like a reunion out here.
Excellent. Well, that's good news. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. What have you got planned for the rest of today, Peter Finch?
Today I am going to go in the shop before it gets crazy busy.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, it is rammed here. Like for a Monday, it's absolutely packed. I'm going to say there's probably about 4,000 people around this range right now.
Do you feel like there's any particular reason why that's the case? Are people?
I think it's because I'm here.
My God.
That will be it.
Signs 2 flags.
All here for me.
But is it? I think more of a case of like, is it a sense of the players are feeling like they need to get quickly on the ground and get used to conditions, or?
Or they've been in Scotland already. So
I think it's with
the
with weather delay. I think people are just kind of congregating here before heading back out.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
It's a meeting area, not actually for any particular reason.
No, they're all clipping shots away, but they're that close together. No one's having a meaningful grind out there. Let's put it that way.
There's a lot of, hey, how's it going? How's the family? How are the kids?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How's live? It's not bad.
Yeah. It's great. I got paid £60 million to go there, so it was lovely. He's going to be gone now again.
Sorry, I feel like I'm so distracted. I'm just being kind of bolted on this from the sight and the sight smell. Hello.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
We'll take that as a yes. Right, Pete, the connection's terrible, so we'll talk to you later.
I want to know what Jacob's pick is.
Yeah,
so
do we.
So do we, and so does he.
I'd love to know.
But we'll tell you who it is, and then you can record a reaction video for us.
I can give you some names, but is there any even from early sort of Monday practice round stuff, is there any people that you think look good going into the week?
Nah, they all look crap.
Okay.
Enough of installing. I want your names.
Thanks for that.
He was trying to get an extra 5 minutes out of you.
There's six names I can give you.
If there's one thing I've learned, seriously, Jacob, from my time doing the live at the range stuff and watching the range, like at any major is probably not the best gauge, but especially links golf. Like range golf and links golf are so far apart. So you could be on here and someone could be hitting it absolutely amazing, but can they play a 140-yard bump and run? Probably not.
Okay. Well, do you want me to run through what I've got, and then you can decide if you want to take it or leave it?
Well, give me, how many names have you got?
I've got 6 names.
I want it down to 3.
Okay. What do I just have to pick 3 names now without any?
Some feel.
Well, you got to use your statistical mind.
I've been trying.
So you will have seen that we did have some minor technical difficulties just then. But what we'll do is we're going to get Jacob to do the stats thing, and then we'll cut back to Pete reacting to it, and I'll chop it to the person that you said. Does that make sense?
All right. Okay.
Because we know.
Yeah.
So our reactions we'll have to fake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you do your stats to people here.
Okay.
And then I'll make it look like Pete was listening.
Okay, great.
Because Pete's not here.
Okay, great.
He's back to work now.
Okay, so
Battling it out with Di Stewart on the range.
here you go, Pete. This is my winner.
That's not Pete, that's Ben Stokes.
Yeah, but with the magic of editing. Yes, so one of my favorite things to do, I love major weeks purely because of this. I love to go through the stats and the trends of that major to work out who I think is going to win. It's pretty much.
And you have a pretty good history.
Yeah, it's going well. I picked Rory to win the Masters. I had Brian Harmon a couple of weeks ago. I had Bryson to win the PGA, finished second. Harris English, let's just not talk about
questionable.
It was him or Ben Griffin, and Ben Griffin actually did have quite a good week. So,
Okay, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Either way, I'm not gonna take claim for that.
No, that's fine.
But again, if you've listened to this before, then you will know that immediately the first way to look at it is how do we get these thousands and thousands of golfers into one really small group of people? And as expected, 10 of the last winners have all come inside the top 26 of the world rankings. Now, again, we use Data Golf on this because that includes the live players a lot more and brings them into the fold. Otherwise, they would be redundant.
Although there is some developing news on live and OWGR, so we'll keep our eye on it. If we go back to OWGR eventually, we might do that, we might not.
Yeah, I'm sure if it happens, we will be talking about it.
We'll be there on the ground.
Boots on the ground. So moving on, 8 of the last 10 winners of the Open had a win in the season prior to the event. So that cut it down to 14 people, which is Scotty Scheffler, Bryson, Rory McIlroy, Russell Henley, Justin Thomas, Tyrrell Hatton, Joaquin Niemann, Keegan Bradley, Ben Griffin, JJ Spawn, Victor Hovland, Sepp Straka, Matsuyama, and Harris English.
Oh my God, if you say Harris English again, I'm going to be so angry.
Harris English now.
For every major from now on.
Now, I'll be honest with you, after I'd done those 2, I was like, right, cool, we're knocking them down, we're getting there. I spent the next 45 minutes to an hour going through every different statistical trend and analysis I could find, and it just broke down minimally. Like, it took one person off, which kind of makes sense because all of these players are pretty bloody good.
Yeah.
So we've had to do a little bit more delving into other details and ways of going about it, but I think this is also a good indication of who might win. So 6 of the last 10 Open winners had previously enjoyed a top 6 finish at the event. So in any year, but then in previous times, they've had a top 6 in an Open.
Okay, got you.
You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So any Open they would have played in. So that actually cuts it from 14 to 6.
Alex Fitzpatrick.
Well, he had to be in there in the first place.
Ah, damn it.
So, he's not there. So the 6 that we do have remaining is Rory McIlroy, unsurprisingly, as he has won it. Mm-hmm. Russell Henley.
Okay.
Who I believe had a T5 last year at Troon. Tyrrell Hatton, Victor Hovland, Sepp Straka, and Hideki Matsuyama. That's your 6. Now, you'd have noticed that Scotty Scheffler's name's not there.
Yeah, who the heck did this list?
Yeah, that's because he's only had a T7. So Scotty sorted it out. You're not good enough. Now, once again, as I say, like it's been really tricky to like nail it down to just an individual person. So I went back to 2019, and I went and had a look and to see like what is it about the winner at Portrush? What did Shane Lowry do better than everybody else? And obviously, you know, you have to play well tee to green, you have to hit greens, you have to putt well. Obviously, you have to scramble well. You know, I'm not gonna bore you with the details of playing good golf means you win golf tournaments.
Yeah.
But
I looked up a stat that Shane Lowry made more birdies than everyone else.
Oh, really? There you go.
Yeah.
So if you want to win, make birdies. No, so one of the key standouts, I think, from the whole week was that Shane Lowry led the whole field. He was first in greens in regulation, which, as being on the course a couple of weeks ago, I can fully understand that.
Yeah, because that course is penal if you miss the green.
Absolutely. He hit 79.2% of greens for that entire week, which is just nuts.
That's absurd.
Over 4 rounds of golf, that is a lot of greens.
I don't think I've hit more than 50% of greens in an 18-hole round before.
So moving into that, so it's like now it's a case of, okay, well, like of that list of players this year, who has struck the ball the best, who has hit the most greens, and who has done that consistently over the PGA Tour? And there was one man that I didn't need to scroll down that far at all. In fact, I only need to go down to the 4th player on the PGA Tour to have had on in greens in regulation. And that player hit 71.09% of greens this year.
Wow, that's high.
That's really high.
It's nearly Shane Lowry level.
They're nearly Shane Lowry level over the course of a whole season.
Good
Which is
Lord.
pretty remarkable. Now, he wasn't even first. So that shows you how good which was Rico Hui. Well done, Rico.
Yeah, and wasn't Gotterup up there as well?
Gotterup was up there, yeah. I think he was second, and Patrick Cantlay was up there as well.
Oh, Pat. Come on, Pat. I need you to do something for me, Pat.
But it's not Pat.
What?
The person who came up top on greens in regulation, and the man who I think is going to win the Open Championship this year, is Sepp Straka. There you go.
Well done, Sepp.
Congratulations, Sepp.
Yeah, I think
You did it.
he came 7th last week at the Scottish Open. He finished T2 in Royal Liverpool. He's obviously got open pedigree. He's an incredible ball striker, and I just think that this week he's in looking really good shape. He just needs to find the putter. If he finds the putter, I think he's got a really, really good chance. Now, again, I always like to say this. Don't hear what I'm not saying. Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy are probably going to be up there, and they probably might win it. But what's the fun in that?
Yeah. In fact, I think that might be the name of this segment.
Yeah. What's
Who's
the
going
fun
to
in
win
that?
except Rory and Scotty?
Where's the fun in that
Yeah.
with Jacob?
Yeah. So there you go. I think Sepp Straka is going to be up there.
Peter Finch, what do you think of that?
I would say McIlroy, but that's really boring.
Yeah, that's boring.
I mean, McIlroy is probably the one that, like I said, is boring, but there's a reason why he's obviously going to be the favourite.
Yeah.
Honestly, Hovland is like starting to come into a little bit of form, but apart from that win, he has done absolutely chuff all this year, which sounds like a random thing to say, but
He had a good finish last week.
At the USA.
yeah, like he just seems to come into a tiny bit of form. But Sepp, I like.
Yeah.
I
like Sepp.
do like that. 'Cause he played decent last week. He didn't finish very well, but great ball striker. Kind of hits a draw, which probably makes more sense around this golf course. Really good iron player.
Yep.
I mean, Tyrrell's a bit of a weird one because when you look at him hit his normal ball flight, it doesn't seem like he would suit links's. But he's won the Dunhill links. He always plays pretty well at the Open, so might not be a bad shout.
Yeah, no, I'm the one. I mean, one of the kind of biggest statistical takeaways from looking was about greens in reg. Greens in reg this week. Looking back to 2019, that's what Shane Lowry led the field in. I think he hit 72% of greens or something like that over the whole entire week. Sepp Straka is 3rd on the PGA Tour for greens in reg. So he's got, as you say, ball striking pedigree that he's continued throughout the season. Obviously, that does still play into a Scotty Scheffler mould of golf course. Again, it's the really boring answer, so I'm not going to say it. But obviously, he is there and thereabouts. But no, I like Sepp this year.
Yeah, like Scotty has. So unless he's figured that out this week, he probably won't win.
The ability to putt.
on slow greens.
I feel like watching the Scottish Open, that's what kind of Set was doing last week. I think he hit a lot of greens and played really well tee to green, but he struggled like Scotty with putting. So I think if one of them finds the way to putt this week, that will be quite a big difference.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good shout. I think with Scotty Scheffler, his ball striking is just unbelievable. Like, he is so good, especially with his iron play. But on slower greens, he just really struggles, like understanding pace and how that translates to line. Now I know Phil Kenyon is going to be here this week, so he might be grinding with Scotty on some pace putts, I think.
Do you feel like that's something that, to me, it looks more of a sense of things that he's not seeing the putts rather than anything technical?
Like, a lot of his reads last week were actually good, but he was either hitting them too hard on the line he chose, or, like, especially on like the slicker ones, like the downhill ones, he just wasn't hitting it hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, because it must be a big adaptation, because he plays pretty much all of his golf on green speeds, which are going to be around 11, 12, like even rapid. 13 on stem. And then you come to somewhere like Royal Portrush, you're looking at about 9 or 10. And it does make a big difference.
Yep. No, I think definitely, obviously, say there's a reason why Scotty is going into the week as the favourite, understandably. I think even more interestingly, I mean, if you go back even further, I think even the last 11 winners of the Open have never won it before. So every time, it's always been someone new. And obviously, this is one of the majors that is eluding Scotty.
I like that. That's a good stat.
Yeah,
you should have led with that.
Well,
well, I'm going to make him re-record the reveal in a minute anyway.
I was going to say, I think I want to hear the full stats breakdown.
Yeah, I can do that.
Well, he threw his paper.
Yeah, you can re-record that and let me know.
Yeah. I think the boring answer is that going down the last 9 holes, the final group is probably going to be Rory and Scotty.
I mean, that's what could you picture a better sort of view? We haven't really
seen them
had them together in a final group like that. So, I mean, that would be quite the spectacle.
And then just behind them, I'm saying Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood.
Hey, listen, Justin played well again last week. He's someone who loves links golf, you know. Depending on what the conditions are like, it's not a golf course which you need to necessarily overpower. Mm-hmm. So it might not be a bad shout. And he just loved the Open. So I don't know, Rosie. He's vibing for me a bit.
Yep. To be really statistical and boring again, 7 of the last 11 winners have been over 32 or older. So it's a major that does play for the more older, experienced player.
Gentleman.
Yeah, you need to have been there a load of times. The same thing as Augusta. Like, Augusta is normally win the Masters having played in it a load of times before.
It's a weird, Masters is a funny one. It's like you need to have played it, but you need to have played it enough and then still be youthful. It's like a weird, it's like it likes the under 30s, but you need to have played the golf course.
It's so bloody hilly.
But no, the Open. This is why I love the Open. I think, and which is why I'm struggling so much this year. Is I just think it's so much more open. I think you can go and
open.
There you go. I think you can go and chase the longer odds a little bit more. I mean, Harman at 150 a couple of years ago is an example of that. Yeah. Zach Johnson winning in a playoff, he was 150. Like, there's a lot out there. I think it kind of brings everyone into play, which makes it more exciting, especially on this golf course. Like, I'm so excited to see everyone play it out.
Yeah. It does look very impressive out here, I have to say. No, it's going to be a good week.
Absolutely.
So, Peter, just take the podcast out, tell everyone to subscribe, tell everyone to follow Discord, and then I'll chop it in as if you're leading us home.
Okay. Everyone here.
No, you've started to go into 4G mode again.
Give the podcast a follow.
That's a good closing shot.
Yeah, wow.
Discord.
There you go, Discord, that was in there.
Good, that's his eye again.
Have a good week.
What is this?
No, I like it. Pete, you can love us and leave us now if you want to.
2 frames a second.
Jeez.
Hey, you hear that applause? Everyone just...
Right,
Honestly,
everyone.
they're going mental.
We're going now. Everyone enjoy the Open. If you see Pete, go and say hi and get a photo. Jacob thinks the X person is going to win.
Seb Stracker.
Seb Stracker is Jacob's call for the week. Yeah, go and put loads of money on it. Gamble responsibly.
Don't do that, 'cause we're not financial
don't do
advisors.
that.
We're not allowed to
do
do
that.
that.
Don't do that. And join the Discord if you want to see some stuff that you might not be able to get to see anywhere else.
Wink, wink.
Bye, Pete.
Hang on. Can I see
No.
chat to our good friend?
Who? Who is that?
Who is it?
Oh, is it Harmon?
Who do you mean use that?
It's a bit blurry.
All right, sorry. The image on my camera is much better than I think it is.
Is it Harmon?
Yeah.
It is Harmon.
All right, okay. Tell him I say thanks.
Okay, I'll tell him to say hi.
For God's sake. Bye, Pete.
Okay, bye.
See you in a bit.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.